Hi guys, welcome to Superior Star Wars Show. Joe here again, and today we've got some super cool stuff to go through. I cannot wait to get started, so let's just get it rolling. Punch it. Right, yeah, excellent. So, as I said today, we've got a couple of things to go through today. I'm quite excited about these. So, both of these I bought off of eBay a couple of weeks ago now. One of them arrived this week. One of them arrived about a week and a half ago. I've held on to this one. I think we'll hold on to this one first, and we'll leave this one till last. So let's just get the first one out of the way. So this one I bought off someone off eBay. It was only £10, and I thought it was super worth it in terms of what's inside. So this is just going to be a little bit of a preview in terms of what you can expect later on down the line for our gaming series. So we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to get this open now. So yeah, these essentially inside this box here, what we have is 3 PlayStation 1 games. And I thought for £10, 3 wasn't too bad. And yeah, so these are just going to be for our gaming reviews going down the line. We have got the gaming software set up now. That is all up and running. So that is going to be up and running within the next few weeks. I've mentioned in previous videos before, I am moving locations soon. So we are just going to wait in terms of until we have got everything up and running. There is loads of paper here. But here we go. So just sort of give you a bit of a rundown. So first off, we have the game Star Wars Demolition on the PlayStation 1. So I'll just read a bit at the back as I always do in these videos. So it says total vehicular mayhem. Special attacks and 4 game modes include tournament and high stakes. Okay. Blast your way to victory with an arsenal that includes laser cannons, proton torpedoes and concussion missiles. Winner takes all in 8 intense arenas with over 10 Star Wars vehicles to choose from. And that's pretty cool. I've never heard of this game before. I'm not going to lie, Star Wars Demolition. So I was super excited to get that. And, you know, it looks alright. A bit of bubble wrap inside. Don't know why that's in there. But the disc looks pretty okay. It does look playable at the end of the day. And that's all we want it for the reviews going forward. So, yeah, it does give you the option as well. And this is what makes me laugh about this. So it gives you the option of Snow Speeder, Desert Skiff, Battle Tank, ATST, Pod Racer, Land Speeder, and then it gets weird for the last 3. So it gives you the Rancor, Aura Singh, the Bounty Hunter, and Boba Fett. I mean, what? So, okay, look, there's the breakdown on the back there. You could probably just make out. So, yeah, Boba Fett, the Rancor, and Aura Singh are essentially vehicles in this game. I mean, really? Okay. I don't really know what to say about that. But let's just move on to the next one anyway. So the next one we have, once again, it's a game I've never really heard of before. But, you know, we're researchers. We go along for this, obviously, the game reviews going forward. So this is LucasArts Entertainment Company presents Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. So yeah, once again, this is take back the Theed Palace in fast and furious lightsaber assaults. You will have the power of the Force and your trusty Jedi saber as you ward off legions of battle droids, destroy droids, assassins, and other creatures from Star Wars Episode 1 worlds. So I haven't really got 100% high hopes for this game, and once again, there's bubble wrap in there. I'm assuming the seller did that on purpose. The disc looks okay again, but yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this in terms of this game going forward. I mean, from what I can just gather, it's going to be a little bit like for, you know, the PS4 generation, Heroes of Villains, but, you know, PlayStation 1 version. So I don't really know how that's going to go. But obviously you're just fighting droids, and the levels include there's quite a few levels here actually. So obviously there is 10 levels, and so far they do include the Trade Federation battleship, Swamps and Naboo, City of Theed, Theed Palace, Tatooine, Coruscant, Ruins, and they're on Naboo, the ruins, by the way. Streets of Theed, there's a lot of Theed maps here going on again. Palace Cliffs, and the final battle. And obviously that's where obviously Darth Maul fights quite good in Obi-Wan. So when they're obviously saying the final battle, that's the landscape we can picture in terms of that. And once again, there's actually, you know, this is where I sort of think Star Wars Battlefront 1 sort of misses a trick here. Battlefront 1, ignore that. Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 4. that's where I sort of think they miss a trick here. So we have first Obi-Wan Kenobi as a playable character. Excellent. Battlefront 2 ticks that box. Then we have one of my all-time favourite characters, Qui-Gon Jinn himself. He's a playable character in this. Once again, I wish Battlefront would do something like this. Then we have Mace Windu. The old Battlefronts at Star Wars 2, you know, tick that box, but for some reason they never carried it over to the PS4, which is a shame. And then we have Adi Gallia. Now that's an interesting one for this game. I'm quite looking forward to just sort of seeing what she is like in this. And then we have Plo Koon, which is great again. And that is actually all the characters we can play. It does say supporting characters here include Jar Jar Binks, as a given. It's an episode 1 game. Anakin Skywalker, once again, it's a given. Queen Amidala, don't need to say any more. Naboo Royal Handmaidens, that's an interesting one. Naboo pilots, and then the opponents include the Trade Federation battle droids, and they can be ridden on the Snapes. And then we have the Destroyer droids. We also have Tusken Raiders. Excellent, okay. Sith probe droids. Okay, that's an interesting one. Mercenaries. Now, they include a mixture of everything, really, if I'm 100% honest, mercenaries. But, yeah, okay. And then we have the AAT, the Armoured Attack Tank. So that's interesting as well. And then we also have Gungan Guards and Darth Maul. So yeah, there's quite a lot in terms of this game. I'm quite interested to play, obviously, Jedi Power Battles, because I think that's going to be an interesting one. And I'm quite excited about that. I'm really excited about getting the gaming up in general. But a few of these PlayStation 1 games, I'm not going to lie, bypassed as a child. So that's going to be interesting. And then the final PlayStation 1 game is the classic itself. And I did play this as a kid. So we have Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the PlayStation game. So I'll read this back out again, as I always do. So we have turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. Ooh, scary. Taxation of trade routes to outlying systems is in dispute. The greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planets of blue with a blockade of deadly battleships. Live the saga. Take part in the events from the Star Wars Episode 1 story and beyond, whilst taking on the roles of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, Queen Amidala, and Captain Panaka. Okay, Captain Panaka is an interesting one again. Didn't think he would be a playable character in this. I don't remember that as a kid, if I'm 100% honest, when I played this. So yeah, unleash your powers of the Force to defeat Trade Federation battle droids. Use your wits and cunning to overcome puzzles and outsmart your foes. I remember that. That's actually quite fun in this game, to be fair. And we'll come across that in later videos. All at times, only a handy blast of Jedi powers will suffice. Now that's actually essential again as well. Explore beautiful Naboo, one of the streets of Mos Espa, and journey through the skylands of Coruscant. Interact with hundreds of creatures and characters from the Star Wars world. So yeah, it's an interesting game actually. As far as I remember, this game wasn't too bad. Graphics are shocking, but it's a PlayStation 1 game. What can we expect? But yeah, just going forward, I am super looking forward to all 3 of these games. I'm not going to lie. I just sort of think these 2 out of any of them, because I've played this one before. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. And we've got plenty more games coming up. And I've got a few more on pre-order again as well, just to add to the collection. Just so we can do our rundown of the top 10 best Star Wars games, and it's going to be interesting. It's not necessarily a top 10, because essentially we're going to be going through all of them, so it's not just going to be 10 and that's it. We're going to be going through all of them eventually, and we hopefully will come out with an all-time number 1, but that's going to be cool. Right, now if we're moving on to the second box, oh, nearly knocked it. So once again, as you guys can probably see here, once again, we do have the giant figures here. So we have obviously the First Order Stormtrooper as well as the Death Trooper. Now the Death Trooper is super cool. I'm going to point out his gun here. I should have done that to begin with, but he is pretty awesome. He is very, very cool figure. But then again, so is the First Order Trooper. So I should have maybe just pointed out these guns to begin with. Shall I just do that for the rest of the video? Yeah, let's just do that for the rest of the video. They look pretty cool like that. Okay, anyway, moving on to the second box. So this one is a mystery box. I have no idea what's inside of this. So essentially, I bought this off eBay for £20. Yes, £20. That is correct price. So I bought this off eBay for £20 and it's meant to be a guaranteed value return of £35 or plus. So the only annoying thing about this is with a mystery box. So they do state what the items will include. So it's purely Star Wars and it should include a Funko Pop, can't get my words out there, a Funko Pop, a Star Wars figure, and some miscellaneous items like in terms of stationery, which I said in the previous video. You get rid of the stationery, but then again, who doesn't love a pen? So yeah, and it's meant to be a guaranteed value of £35. So it doesn't say in terms of what series or any lines these Funko Pops or figures are from. So I'm not too sure. We could have a chase, we could have a limited edition, or we could have a store exclusive in here. I highly doubt it, if I'm 100% honest. But then again, I sort of think to myself, well, maybe we could, because if they've got to make it up to £35, if we go for the very basic Funko Pop alone, that's only £10. We look at the very basic Star Wars figure, you walk into any store, they're only about, what? We're talking £8 to £10 again as well. So unless there's a hell of a lot of stationery in here, I'm kind of expecting something good. But then again, I really hope, I just really hope it's not just one of the basic Star Wars figures, which I kind of have a funny feeling it is kind of going to be. So, and I didn't even need the knife to be fair. Let's just get rid of this. And it's a shame actually, because I have just ripped the note off there, so I don't know if you can see that, but it says Nerd Base Mystery Box. That's actually the people that were doing this on eBay, Nerd Base. So this is quite interesting. I'm not going to lie, I have no idea what we have got in here. This is quite exciting, to be fair. Our first mystery box on the channel. We are going to do a couple more. Obviously, if this video does well, we will look to get a couple more. Okay, and who do we have here? So we have, thank you for your order. For more nerdy goodness, visit our website, nerdbase.co.uk. So you guys can visit nerdbase.co.uk. I would highly recommend checking them out. But let's just obviously see what we have got in here. So I'm just going to go for the small items first of all. So we do have a Rey Skywalker. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what she's known as now. Rey Skywalker. And she is on her speeder there, and that is a keyring there. And we also do have the First Order Stormtrooper keyring there. So, okay, what, we're probably talking about, what, £2, £3 the most for these each. So what, we're probably up about £6. And I will obviously go through everything in terms of value-wise going forward. Okay, so this is the next item here. So we have a First Order Funko Pop pencil and pen topper. Now this guy is pretty cool actually, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first, I collect Funko Pops by the way, just for anyone knows, so I probably have about 150 in my collection so far. I'm trying to build up the Star Wars side. I was originally at the point where I was just collecting any old rubbish just because I was Funko Pop mad at the time, but I started to narrow down in terms of my collections, and Star Wars is the one. And this is the first, it's a pen. This is the first Funko Pop pen that I actually have. And this guy is pretty cool actually, I'm not gonna lie. I do quite like it. Okay, I'm gonna look all these up at the end in terms of obviously prices, and we'll obviously see where actually we have got to. Right, okay. The next one we actually have up is it's a Hot Wheels car, funny enough. So this is Star Wars Hot Wheels car ships from the car ships line, and this is an X-Wing fighter car. Now that is pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, and the details on these are pretty cool actually. So from what I can see here, we do have the TIE Fighter car. There seems to be one from the Ghost ship from Rebels, which is pretty cool. And I can't make out the last one. If I'm not mistaken, that's Poe Dameron's X-Wing. But yeah, that's not bad. I'd probably say, what, about £4 or so. So far, without obviously including the pen, we are up about, we're about at £10 at the moment. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, that's interesting. So we have a Yoda Kit, and it's a pop play display. So essentially, what you have to do, it's got all the kit in the back instructions there. So obviously we just actually make him up and we can pop him out on display. And okay, that'll be a bit of fun. What, I'd probably say a couple of quid again. So let's just add £2 onto that. We're probably up at £12 at the moment. It's not looking too good. But let's obviously move on to the next one. Okay, again as well, we now have a Pyramid International pin badge. Now this is really not, it's not looking so good too far. So I'm probably I'm going to put about 50p on that. That's not looking good. Right, so let's have a look and see what else we have in here. Okay, right. So now we're starting to get on to some heavier hitting items. So we have part of the Star Wars Mystery Minis series. There we go. And on the back here, we have a 1 in 6 chance of getting R2-D2. We have a 1 in 12 chance of getting Luke in the Hoth gear. 1 in 24 chance of getting Leia in the Hoth gear. 1 in 6 of Darth Vader. 1 in 36 of the Wampa. Fingers crossed for that one. 1 in 24 of Lando, Cloud City. 1 in 6 of Yoda, Dagobah. 1 in 6 of Chewie, 1 in 72 of IG-88. Now that one would be a cool one to get. 1 in 12 of Han Solo, and we've got 1 in 36 of Boba Fett. So let's just go ahead and obviously see what we've got here. And I'm glad I brought the knife down now, so because this is actually going to come handy for this. So let's just see what we've got inside for this one. I will do some close-up shots, guys, just by the way, and we'll obviously just see. I always kind of... there we go. That one opened pretty easy, actually. I can never help myself. I always have to sort of feel what's inside. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one's either Darth Vader or Boba Fett. Now, in all honesty, I'd prefer Boba Fett because he's 1 in 36 compared to Darth Vader 1 in 6. But we'll take what we can get. So let's just see. Yeah, and it's what I thought. It's the Darth Vader, but do you know what? It's a win. I've never owned one before. I will take this. So there is the Darth Vader. Now he's looking pretty cool. He is looking pretty cool. Got the Star Wars on the base there. But yeah, I like him. For the first one I've got in this line, so from obviously if we're looking on the back there, I think we can pretty much deduct that this one is the Return of the... that is terrible. Scratch that. This is the Empire Strikes Back Funko Pop Mystery Mini range. And like I say, this is the first one I've ever had of these. So I'm pretty excited to have this guy. So I think we'll take that as a win. Now, I will look up on the app in a minute on the Funko App Store. And we'll obviously see how much this guy is worth, as well as any of the Funko Pops that I have inside this mystery box. So from what I can gather here, we do only have 2 items left. And from what I can gather, they are both Funko Pops in this box. So, and I can't really work out in terms of who I've actually got. So if we just obviously look at the first one. So who do we have here? Okay. So we have Han Solo. There he is. So we have Han Solo. And yeah, okay. I don't own this one. That's good. That's always good when you don't own it, I tell you. But yeah. Yeah, pretty happy to have this. I don't own a Han Solo in terms of the Funko Pop series. So yeah, number 286. And we'll get them out and do some better shots in a minute. And then the next one we have in terms of this mystery box. Let's have a look at this guy. Okay, I'm going to butcher this name. I'm not going to lie. So it's I want to say it's K Thranali. Okay, K Thranali. There he is. Again, number 260. He's part of the Force Awakens line. So yeah, I'm not too sure what I actually think about these. They are both part of the newer lines. So obviously we haven't got any chases. We haven't got any limited edition or convention exclusives. So if I'm obviously looking for release date, it doesn't actually seem to be us. So they're both part of 2018, which makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look up Pop and we'll obviously see how much all this stuff is worth. Okay, yeah, so here is everything we have in our mystery mini box today. So obviously if we're starting off with the actual X-Wing X-Wing fighter from the Hot Wheels car ships line. I've done a bit of research online, and that's actually only going for about £5. So we're up about £5 right now. Now, obviously, if I am going for this guy right here, this guy is trending online at the moment on the Funko app for around £8. So far, we are £13 at the moment. Now, Han Solo here, I'm actually very surprised of. So Han Solo is actually only going for a measly £5. So if we're obviously adding all that on together, that's working out about £18 so far. Now, if we're adding on Darth Vader here. Now, Darth Vader is from the Bespin line, obviously from the Empire Strikes Back mystery mini line, and he is going for a grand total of £5 again. So at the moment, we are up about £23 at the moment compared to how much we pay for this. So we're up about £3. Bear in mind, this only costs about £20. And then obviously, if we're talking about the miscellaneous stuff all dotted around at the back here, I couldn't find this pen on the Funko app for some reason. But if we are talking about everything in terms of miscellaneous here, I'd probably say we are about nearly about £30. So it's not quite what they promised in terms of the amount that we would get out the box, which was on estimate about £35. But it's a win. I'll take it at the end of the day. So yeah, that has been the box. I would probably say that Kai Thronali over here is probably the most pricey figure item actually out of all of this here, purely for the fact that he is going for a grand total of £8. And bear in mind, when I say £8, I am referring to dollars in terms of the Funko app. So we'll probably say he's about what? He's about £10 maybe, you know, by the time the price range has gone up. So yeah, it's not been a bad mystery box. I think we've sort of done all right in terms of that. I'm super psyched to have these two guys here because I do not own these in my collection. And I'm quite happy to actually own one of the first pens. And I'm glad it's a Star Wars one. And you know, the First Order Stormtrooper couldn't be better.
2,000 years later.
So yeah, that has been the Superior Star Wars show today. Make sure to like, subscribe, click on the notifications down the bottom. Obviously, if you want to see everything in future, I will obviously leave a link in the description for nerdbase.co.uk. Go and check these guys out. You know, I personally think that's an alright mystery box. You know, we have sort of got our money back in terms of that and a little bit extra. So we've probably earned about an extra £10 in terms of obviously on top of what we paid for it, the £20. And it does look like they've got a pretty large inventory line. So, you know, I'd be very interested. And obviously, if anyone is interested, they are based in Wickford in Essex. So yeah, and they do purchase action figures, so I might have some stuff to sell back to them. Anyway, yeah, like I say, guys, like, subscribe, and other than that, have a superior day, guys.